Hi ladies and gents, with so many social media platforms nowadays, businesses are on them all and they're using them all to market their businesses, build their brand, and video is a big part of every single one. But we're in an age now where you're no longer just seeing the widescreen format video we used to, which devastates me because I love widescreen. I love Western films, I love letterbox, I love seeing so much stuff across a nice widescreen image. It's amazing, it's so cinematic. But needs must, and if the audience call for it, then we have to adapt to that way. So there's a few different platforms out there which take different formats. So I'm going to show you in Premiere Pro how to export your footage so that it looks better within these different platforms, because you'll either get more screen space covered, which looks better, and you'll be seeing more, I guess it's the real estate of the screen, so people are going to see you more when you're scrolling through the feed. And it just generally looks neater overall. If you can get your branding right on all these platforms and show that you know how these platforms work, it's going to look better for your business. So we'll jump into Premiere Pro and I'll show you how to set these up. So we're going to start a new sequence, and if you head on to the settings, I'm already set here at my 1080p 24. If you go into settings, you can change the actual frame size. So let's look at Instagram first. If you go on Instagram, you're going to want to change the 1920 to 1080 by 1080. This is a square format, as the numbers suggest, and that is basically when you're in your Instagram feed, you're going to see all the blocks. It looks neater there, and when you're scrolling through the feed of everyone else, you'll take up a little bit more screen space as well, which is nice. So here's a sequence. I've created one earlier for the purpose of showing you, and if I drop a video in here, this is how it looks. It doesn't really fit too well. So there we go. It's right in the middle. A lot of real estate all around here that just isn't being used. So what I've done is I've created templates for my own business. And if you look here, I'm able to write on the screen as well. So you can use words there as well as capturing your audience with the video in the middle. A little bit of branding here, and it's all in line with my brand colours. So if you go onto my Instagram feed, you will see this throughout. What you're going to do is, once you've got that set up, you're just going to export it as normal and send it to your phone. And when you send it to your phone, it'll be in that square format. You go onto Instagram and it will fit the screen perfectly. It looks good. The other main format is a portrait, which to me is just really weird for video, but it works. It looks really good when you use it right. So again, if you create a sequence for this, we're going to go new sequence again, back to your settings, and for this one instead you're just going to flip your two numbers here. So you're going to have 1080 over here and 1920 right there, and that is going to give you the portrait shot, which again, if you drag your video in, it's going to look a little bit weird. So let's set that to the frame size. Right to the middle of the screen, it's not really taking up much of the screen at all. And yes, you can move it about, but again, you're not really seeing much in terms of your video. But if you look at this one I created earlier, again, I've used some branding around it. That looks much better. I can put a title here, big, bold. I can put words below it, and it frames the video in the middle, and that looks much neater. If you go into Instagram, you can actually see how this looks, and it does look pretty good, to be honest. When you're posting nowadays, it's just that extra little thing you do have to do so that it looks right in there. But as you can see, it helps your brands. That's within my colours, and as people start to know your brand, it becomes recognisable, and if they are interested in what you're doing, they'll click and interact, and it's a good way to help grow your brand. If you found this useful, let me know in the comments, and let me know of anything else you think would be useful. Like if you've got any questions, please ask me, and I create videos every week for YouTube that will hopefully give you ideas on better using your video content online. So let me know what you think.